This is Fieldsports Channel News. Stalking deer for sport in Scotland could be very different in just a couple of years' time. The Scottish Government is planning wide-ranging reform of the deer stalking laws. Cabinet Secretary Rosanna Cunningham has produced her response to the Scottish Deer Working Group's report and says it will lead to an overhaul of the Deer Act. She starts by accepting the DWG's estimate of 1 million deer in Scotland, even though deer managers put the number at less than half of that. Among rules she wants to introduce will be to drop the red stag season, allow night vision and shotguns for controlling deer, reduce red deer numbers on open ground to 10 per square kilometre, and to introduce a strict hunting licence alongside the gun licence system, so only people licensed by the government are allowed to go deer stalking. She rode back from increasing the powers of Nature Scot, formerly Scottish Natural Heritage, to go onto private land to shoot deer. However, in the 99-point report is provision for Nature Scot to pass on its costs on private land to landowners.
We see with the government finally publishing their response to the Deer Working Group that we now find ourselves in the grip of a population of 1 million deer. Where are these deer and how did they arrive at the number? I would suggest that their science is flawed if they're relying on things like dung counting. There are so many inaccuracies in this as to almost make the data valueless.
England's government is considering a lead ban. That's despite a voluntary phase-out by 2025 promised by shooting and countryside organisations last year. According to The Telegraph, the Environment Agency doesn't think the phase-out is moving quickly enough. The agency and the Health and Safety Executive will spend the next 2 years reviewing evidence and consulting the public before coming up with restrictions. The shooting organisations' responses are mixed. GWCT says the move is in line with the interim findings of its survey of shooters on lead. BASC says the government may be making a mistake. BBC celebrity Chris Packham is accusing gamekeepers of ruthlessly killing hares as DEFRA considers a partial ban on shooting them. The TV presenter made the comment in an article in The Telegraph about the English government considering a hare shooting season, according to a DEFRA source. Packham told the newspaper some estates carry out hare genocide. Tim Bonner from the Countryside Alliance told Fieldsports News he would like to see proof hares need legal protection. Shooting estates already conserve hares, with populations falling faster on non-shooting estates. Bonner questions why the government isn't focusing on the greater problem of poachers.
The difficulty is that hares do breed almost all year round. There are records of leverets on the ground in every month of the year, and so the question is avoiding, how you would avoid the peak periods to limit any welfare issues. But also, we would suggest it's for the government to prove that there's a problem.
Hunt sabs have been dealt another blow in court. Members of the Lamerton Hunt in Devon were cleared of allowing a pack of hounds to chase a fox in December 2019. Sabs claimed the men lost control of the hounds. The judge rejected their claims, criticising a Sab witness and suggesting the case against one of the men should never have made it to court. The hearing came just days after another huntsman was found not guilty, with the judge questioning why the case ended up in court when the Sabs had no evidence of crime. Both cases have prompted the Countryside Alliance to question the integrity and reliability of the evidence produced by Sabs, as well as CPS decisions to bring these cases to court. 6 people were arrested and 83 dogs seized at a raid in Ipswich. Police said the animals were found during a search of West Meadows Travellers site on Saturday. Officers are trying to identify the dogs' owners. Anyone with information regarding dog thefts in the area is asked to contact South CID in Ipswich, quoting reference number 13719/21. Amber Hill has just won an Olympic quota place for Great Britain after a fantastic performance at the ISSF World Cup in New Delhi, India. She shot a world record score of 124 out of 125 to take gold in Olympic skeet at what was her first international competition for months due to lockdowns. The 23-year-old from Berkshire is ranked number 1 in the world and a hot favourite to win gold for Great Britain at the Tokyo Olympics in the summer. Extinction Rebellion is planning a mass protest in the countryside. The demo is planned for Saturday the 24th of April 2021, centred on Derbyshire. The cult's website warns anyone taking part that they could be fined £300 for aggravated trespass offences, suggesting the protest may not be peaceful or non-violent. The group claims private land is criminally misused and encourages vandalism of signs saying no trespassing or private property. Targets mentioned on the website include grouse moors, golf courses and mines. Tim Bonner of the Countryside Alliance says the protest is blatant anarchism and access rules are there for a reason, such as protecting crops or livestock. A Swedish businessman has been acquitted of illegal hunting. Carl Hedin was released after the court decided the prosecutor's evidence was weak and mainly based on the accused's opinion of wolves. He was accused of going into Västermanland's woodland area in October 2018 with the intention of poisoning wolves. Meanwhile, in Germany, there are signs that rewilded wolves are moving into cities in search of food. A controversial programme to release the animals has proven unpopular with farmers who lose livestock to the animals. American gun owners are concerned about a renewed push for gun controls after 2 mass shootings. Following attacks at a supermarket in Colorado and a massage parlour in Georgia, US politicians have been taking aim at the Second Amendment, says the AmmoLand website, instead of the suspects' motives. President Joe Biden wants Congress to ban assault weapons and pass other gun control measures. The shooter was said to be using a Ruger AR-556. AmmoLand suggests a ban would not pass the Senate, and any attempt to outlaw a whole class of firearm would end up at the Supreme Court. Hunting tourists have come to the rescue of Pakistan's markhor. The goat species was classed as endangered through hunting and poaching, but numbers have climbed from 275 in 1993 to some 3,500 in 2018. That's after the Khyber Pakhtunkhwa provincial government began international hunting tours in the 1990s. Foreign hunters pay a hefty government fee, most of which goes to local communities. The system has also seen a drop in illegal hunting. Pakistan's Express Tribune says shooting a markhor can cost more than $150,000. Meanwhile, animal rights campaigners in Sudan are up in arms about hunting tourism. The country has opened up to hunters who've been after Nubian ibex. Austrian company Hunt Geo has been offering tours to the war-ravaged region, claiming they're the first hunts in 10 years. Campaigners are asking Facebook to remove pages promoting ibex hunting tours. Just as in the West, local celebrities are also complaining about the hunting. They argue the ibex species is rare, but admit not knowing how many of them there are. And finally, 10 Aberdeen grey squirrels are to be tagged and tracked and not shot. Researchers will catch the pesky animals and fit them with VHF and GPS devices as part of a study by Inverness College UHI. The squirrels will be monitored from now until July to see what they get up to in urban environments. Keeping the squirrels alive is part of a science project to protect local red squirrels. You are now up to date with Fieldsports Channel News. Stalking the stories, fishing for facts.